Dear members of the jury, picture the vibrant, pulsating heart of Beijing. Feel the electrifying energy, the dynamic streets, and the lights pulsating in the city's rhythm. Now imagine this energy captured, refined, and transformed into music. And not just any music, but a unique blend of traditional rhythms, modern beats, and groundbreaking lyrics. Welcome to the rapidly growing, boundary-pushing world of Asian rap music. Asian rap, an innovative movement and more than just a genre, represents the perfection of Eastern and Western influences into new musical language that speaks to different generations. This art form has roots in Japan's dynamic underground hip-hop, South Korea's K-hip-hop, China's Mandal pop, and the diverse sounds of Southeast Asia. It showcases the vibrant spirit of contemporary Asia and Asian rap, promising not just impressive numbers, but also a deep cultural influence on a global scale. My name is Luca, and with Nicola, Andrea, and Nadia, let us guide you through the steps 88 Rising can take in order to cultivate this type of feeling. We see 88 Rising as a unique record labeling company that pioneers in a niche Asian rap music and the culture it represents, while having the key part in development of some of the artists. But most importantly, we see the future of 88 Rising as the leader in Asian rap music and responsible for promoting Asian rap culture on a global scale while being a platform for new generation of Asian rap artists. But the gap persists. How can 88 Rising achieve this position? Andrea, will you guide us through the research insights?
Of course, Luca. Before we started to explore future opportunities for 88 Rising, we wanted to dive deeper into current situation and current portfolio of 88 Rising. It is very rare to see music industry company that does it all like 88 Rising. At the same time, being a record label, artist management company, media, and marketing company, 88 Rising takes care of all important things when it comes to their artists. It is believed that Asian rap is not easy to sell, but 88 Rising has proven the otherwise, having their artists such as Higher Brothers, Joji, and Rich Brian making exceptional results in the US market and gaining enormous popularity. When it comes to marketing part, 88 Rising got their own back by reaching 7 billion streams on online streaming platforms and having 6 million subscribers on their YouTube channel. They also leverage collaboration with strong brands such as Marvel Studios, Samsung, and Johnny Walker, and many more. 88 Rising truly understands the Asian rap market and culture, and although focusing more on its company branding, they are at the same time taking great care of their artists that is not so common industry-wise. After analyzing the 88 Rising, we wanted to see how others in the industry compare to 88 Rising's position when it comes to competition such as AOMG, EG Entertainment, and bigger ones such as Universal, Warner, and Sony. And the key takeaway is 88 Rising has established a global influence by creating a brand with strong reputation that speaks to their fans' taste with a distinct niche in rap and hip-hop and has a strong competitive advantage known as first mover advantage, being the first and one of the most popular record labels for Asian rap. Talking about target audience and fan base, which consists mostly of millennials and Gen Z, precisely of Asian descent or groups that identify as Asians, from which there are 12.8 million in the USA and 2 billion in Asia. They represent the group that is highly educated and really cares about that, but also have strong connection with gaming, as 55% of them are gamers. Other than that, they enjoy music, and almost 45 million of them have discussed about the Rap of China, popular reality TV show on Weibo, which showcases the potential that Asian rap culture has all over the world. It is important to note that Asian Americans aren't the typical music fans, as they spend $7 more than average consumer per year on music, while their Spotify usage is doubled in the market standard. Also, their genre of choice is usually rap, taking 25%. Considering all of the facts here, we needed to dive deeper into the US market. Considering the fact that in 2017, on the top 50 artist list, there was no Asian artist except BTS, but only 5 years later, in 2022, on the 45th spot was Joji, 88th rising star, which represented a huge step for promoting Asian culture. Talking about genres and their popularity in the US, rap and hip hop had been the most popular and listened, followed by rock and pop. Also, daily searches on China New Rap had extremely risen in the US from December to January 2023, showing that Asian rap had been gaining more traction. With the recent surge in popularity of Asian rap and hip hop in the US, where rap remains the most popular genre, 88 Rising faces a crucial question. Should they diversify their music genres to attract more fans at the potential cost of their brand image, or maintain their niche focus in the thriving market? When we considered and compared both options, we highlighted some of the key pros and cons. Diversifying music genres would target more people and reach new audiences, but that would generate huge expenses. 88 Rising would lose its authenticity and would find itself in a position with much stronger competition that is unknown and has proven track record. On the other hand, remaining a niche player, having strong brand image in Asian rap industry with the engaged audience, 88 Rising could fail to seize the profits from different markets and opportunities for growth. That led us to conclusion. It is best for 88 Rising to remain a niche player, as we want to even more strengthen the brand image and bring a wider fan base to interact with the feeling of Asian rap culture. Nadia, can you now please guide us on how are we planning to do so?
Surely, Andrea. So after we deep dived into 88 Rising business and analyzed the current position in the market, we couldn't help but wonder, what is the next step for such a successful company such as 88 Rising? We have determined 3 potential strategic approaches. Ranking criteria are preserving brand image, target audience reach, new artist potential, and implementation feasibility. Looking through all of these alternatives, we came to the conclusion that the second alternative, creating sub-labels that fit and adapt to the specific geographical market, although would potentially maintain the current brand image and attract new artists. But there comes a huge obstacle in the know-how and infrastructure, so there is no feasibility reasoning. Yes, we can say that 88 Rising business is doing really, really well, but it doesn't have enough financial support to diverse and expand its portfolio. So this could be said also for our third alternative, portfolio expansion into different genres, which could also dilute brand image, and having strong competitors in different genres, it would not be possible. For all of these previously explained reasons, in our further elaboration, we will focus on the first alternative, rising legends. We conclude on staying in our niche by collaborating with global gaming leader, Riot Games, in their most popular game, League of Legends. Before we get to the core of the proposed strategy, we will take a closer look at the simplified stakeholder and business model of 88 Rising. Although we are aware that 88 Rising is influenced by a large number of stakeholders, we wanted to focus on 2 interest groups. On one side of the slide, you can see the audience that follows the content of 88 Rising is producing, but also on the other side of the slide, we have the performance, the artists who do express themselves and do business within 88 Rising. So after defining these 2 key stakeholders, the question remains, how can 88 Rising attract the audience and shape new Asian artists, rap artists, through cross-industry collaboration? Dear members of a jury, we present to you Rising Legends, a unique collaboration with gaming leader Riot Games, better known for the game League of Legends. Our proposed strategy, Rising Legends, will contain 2 main parts. Firstly, gain and attract new audience. Secondly, discover and empower new Asian rap artists. So for the first part of our strategy, gaining an audience, we want to make a cross-industry partnership, as we previously said, with Riot Games, primarily with their game League of Legends. We also analyzed different outstanding games, but we concluded that because of the shared brand values and target audience, the best fit for 88 Rising would be League of Legends. The next phase would be to promote this exclusive partnership in the game itself, where there would be in-game purchases for the Riot Games consumers, which are themed by the 88 Rising. Besides, 88 Rising would take the front of the page of the platform, allowing it better exposure. Also, 88 Rising could make official soundtrack for League of Legends game and organize various events, both in virtual reality and in person, where League of Legends competitors can take place. Opportunities are endless, and League of Legends represent a peak of esports. But you must be wondering, why did we choose the gaming industry? We want to single out our main reasons behind the rapid growth of Asia and US gaming industry, high engagement, 88 rising target audience, and player base of League of Legends are corresponding. And last but not least, there is a rise of cross-industry collaboration where music and gaming represents complementary parts for every young person. After we have explained the collaboration, one question remains. Why would Riot Games partner with 88 Rising? After a deep analysis of Riot Games' business model and portfolio, we concluded that this type of collaboration has proven track of records for Riot, meaning that already did collaborations. But also when it comes to this specific case, specific partnership that we are proposing, there is a huge brand alignment and brand boost, but also cultural relevance in there both for 88 Rising and Riot Games. Therefore, League of Legends, the game with the largest number of players in China, connects diverse and unique audience, which can drive engagement for both brands. Dear members of a jury, we have explained just one part of our proposed strategy, Rising Legends. But now, as we previously mentioned, a big component of our strategy is marketing strategy and rollout. Now, Nicola, can you give us a brief overview of what would our marketing strategy look like for Rising Games?
Yes, Nadia, of course. The marketing strategy for promoting Rising Legends strategy encompasses a comprehensive array of social media platforms tailored to capture the attention of diverse audiences. By leveraging these channels, we will establish a strong presence in both Eastern and Western markets. Moreover, across all social media platforms, we will launch the 88 Challenge, inviting fans to showcase their creativity and talent inspired by Rising Legends and 88 Rising. By capitalizing on user-generated content, we will strengthen the bond between 88 Rising and Riot Games and allow both brands to strengthen their passionate fan base. With this marketing strategy, we want to amplify the Rising Legends strategy, a collaboration between Riot Games and 88 Rising, and expand global reach and target audience, where people could express themselves and get introduced to Asian rap culture. Thrilling adventures await as you dive into the world of captivating melodies and exciting games with Rising Legends. Dear members of the jury, previously we have explained to you what are we going to do with Riot Games collaboration and how would everything roll out. That will allow us to attract larger audiences, but more importantly, create the infrastructure needed for the discovery and development of new Asian rap artists. 88 Rising should rely here on its expertise and explore undiscovered talents of Asian rap, attracting them by mentoring and giving them the opportunity for a music career. Then 88 Rising would utilize their know-how to train the future stars of Asian rap music, and finally would successfully allow now ready artists to express themselves to the 88 Rising audience. The key takeaway here is that we see 88 Rising as a platform for growth, for the undiscovered artists and young people that want to be heard through Asian rap music, where the growth of artists represents the growth of 88 Rising. Now, let's take a closer look at the roadmap. We would launch the Rising Legends collaboration by the end of 2023, where Bootcamp will be developed and fully launched by the end of 2024. Key metrics that we would follow would be the key opinion leaders reached and the number of new artists signed by the 88 Rising. And as for the risk assessments, we have recognized 3 key risks that might occur during the development and implementation of the Rising Legend strategy. We have also established mitigation steps for every risk, where the key risk represents financial considerations that might occur along the way. The mitigation will be to clearly define financial responsibilities, revenue sharing models, and reporting mechanisms in the partnership agreement. Now, Luca, can you walk us through the impact structure of the Rising Legend strategy?
Certainly, Nicola, thank you. As for the financial implications, we have assumed that Asian rap will have exponential popularity in the upcoming years, and there will be more than 30 new artists signed by the end of 2027. Besides, with a clear revenue stream and structure, we want to provide 88 Rising with sustainable financing. Key metrics that we would follow would be a return on investment of 146%, the number of people reached, and the number of new artists yearly. I must highlight that these projections represent merely conservative calculations that we could come up with in the time frame provided, but we strongly believe that the real scenario could be much better. Once again, we have defined the key challenge that 88 Rising faces, with the question being, how can 88 Rising maintain its unique brand identity while expanding its reach and preserving the balance between control and scale? Therefore, we have introduced the Rising Legend strategy consisting of 2 parts. Number 1, attract an audience, which consists of collaboration with the gaming giant Riot Games and their League of Legends. And number 2, empower artists, which consists of 88 Rising's bootcamp, where they would create the environment for the people to express themselves through Asian rap culture. In conclusion, dear members of the jury, we stand on the brink of a powerful cultural shift. The boom of Asian rap and hip-hop in the US and around the globe is not just a trend, but a testament of the ever-evolving nature of music, art, and culture. This is a golden opportunity to be part of this incredible journey with 88 Rising. Whichever path we choose, let's remember that the heart of music lies in its ability to connect, resonate, and transcend boundaries. Thank you for your attention, and we are open to every question that you might have.
Thank you, team. Thank you for the presentation. And it's time for the Q&A session. A Q&A session will be 15 minutes. The timer will be changed soon. So please make the questions short and concise, and leave your thoughts and comments for the feedback sessions later. So the 15 minutes countdown starts now, and let's hear the first question.
Thank you.
Questions from judges. Who will like to ask first?
All right, I can ask first. Hi, thank you for the great presentation. It's you made it not apparent that it's 5 a.m. your time, so good job.
Thank you.
All right. I'm just wondering. I think I was wondering if you can just enumerate maybe what do you think are the key assets of 88 Rising that kind of help them arbitrate, help them define Asian cool, and how does that flow into the strategy that you presented?
Okay, I can take on the first part of the question, defining Asian cool. What we believe that define the 88 Rising's Asian cool and the popularity of Asian rap, right? Did I understand that? Yeah. Okay. So basically, as we have read the case study, we felt it, and that's how we know it. We are the generation which has that, we are the generation that has that kind of cool, that has grown up as a lot of kids with the MTV and the rap music. And when we heard and listed through the YouTube website, social medias of 88 Rising, and the people reacting to 88 Rising, we realized that the 88 Rising is actually what's cool now, what's Asian cool now. But besides that, we see that the main unique selling proposition of the 88 Rising is the connections that they have. Hence, they have the low number of employees, just around 200, and they managed to operate the global tours of their artists, to develop a niche, which is certainly the niche that they're pioneering in, and the larger players are trying to get in. So basically, the niche, people, branding, and the whole atmosphere around the brand are what resonates with us. And we try to showcase our view of the Asian rap. We want to have every person as diversified as possible, and to every person to feel like they are being part of that culture, to feel the atmosphere, even though they don't understand the language maybe in the song, but to feel it.
Can I just add something? Yes,
Yeah.
we think that for this target group, target audience, it is very important to maintain that brand niche and their connection with their fans. So we wanted to do something, collaboration with something they love and enjoy doing, and stay in the same market and same target audience. And because they had a lot of partnerships, we know that is in line with brand. So that kind of made sense for us the most.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you.
So your suggested approach is something we hadn't heard before around collaborating with a gaming organization. What happens if none of those three gaming organizations are comfortable collaborating with you? What other options do we have, or what else did you consider that you decided not to go with?
Yeah. Sorry. We just opened the slides. Just to say. Okay.
If I can take this one.
Yeah.
Laura, can you go one slide back? As I previously said, we have one more. Sorry for the one more slide. Yeah, about our strategic alternatives. If this our presented strategy doesn't work, we also were thinking about making a sub-label and portfolio expansion. But if we can focus on one in this answer for this question, I could say that the maybe portfolio expansion is maybe a better sub-label is maybe a better option, just because the other brands are doing it in the global market, and we can focus on merely some other kinds of groups. And if that fails, maybe we don't want it to fail, but if it fails, we can just focus on 88 Rising. But after all of this analysis, we concluded that these two options for the brand image that 88 Rising has now for the Asian rappers and Asian American rappers, and for their target audience, they're not a good fit for this case. And just because of that, we focused on the first strategy.
And may I just add on, please, Luca, before we continue? Can you go to the next slide, please? Yes. So to answer your question, we strongly believe that the collaboration with Tencent would be a good idea. But why? Because Tencent they've shown us that they have already made collaborations and acquisitions in the past, like collaborations with Epic Games and with the BMW, which is not in their market. with the development of self-driving technology in China. So based on these collaborations and acquisitions, we strongly believe that the partnership with Tencent would be a huge bomb on the market.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a quick question. Still going back to the partnership idea. Why would you think those gaming companies or Tencent would like to partner with 88 Rising? Because if I were Tencent, I'm like, there are so many other music companies in China that are bigger with a well-established market reputation. Why would I choose a Chinese American or Asian American music company with a relatively niche market? Like, what's the game for them? And what's the unique selling point of 88 Rising?
Yeah, I can take on that theme. So basically, there were a couple of things to consider when developing a partnership with such a strong brand as Riot Games and the 88 Rising, which is a niche brand. Mainly, the demographics of the target audience are basically similar. And the one thing that we have tried to elaborate a bit more is that we see Riot Games has also a strong presence in China, especially Hong Kong and and of course the entire Asia, but especially China and Hong Kong. And we have seen we have found out that some of the people from the 88 Rising through Sales Navigator on LinkedIn are connected to some of the key decision makers in the Riot Games. We couldn't figure out merely if that's some kind of not something that not their friendship or something, but we saw the large amount of connections between 88 Rising and the Riot Games. Hence, we chose the Riot Games. But besides the connections that they might have, personal or professional, they are there. Besides the same target audience, there's also the brand values and of course the benchmark of the Riot Games doing similar things across its existence of League of Legends, where Imagine Dragons, the US-based band, has started their career through the League of Legends in 2014. And personally, I play League of Legends from 2014, and I was caught on the game through the collaboration between Imagine Dragons and the League of Legends.
May I just add on a quick sentence? We saw the opportunity of collaboration with the 88 Uprising and the Riot Games when we saw Travis Scott and Fortnite collaboration, and with that came up the idea of this collaboration. Thank you.
Thanks for the answer, but I think it still hasn't really addressed the core of my question, which is why would those games choose 88 Rising? I think you're trying to demonstrate why 88 Rising would choose those games because of overlapping audience and stuff. That all makes sense, but I think my key question is why would Tencent or those gaming companies choose 88 Rising?
Team, may I answer the question?
Yeah, of course.
So basically, when we read the case study and when we saw the YouTube videos of higher brothers that are under 88 Uprising, we saw reactions of American hip hop artists reacting, and they were really, let's say, they really liked the music that they produced. So we believe that 88 Uprising, they have the best young artists from Asian background that could attract and make new, let's say, make new artists. So we strongly believe that 88 Uprising has the best young artists with the Asian background.
Yeah, and if I may add on, so basically, if we follow those benchmarks back to 2014 and the mysterious unknown Imagine Dragons and the Riot Games, we see the potential for Riot Games for eventually for the revenue stream. Of course, that's the main incentive for Riot Games. Basically, if we when we did our total addressable market and the funneling down to the concrete numbers, we realized that there's 103 million of League of Legends players, and 75 considering both the United States and China. And when we funnel it down, there would be like around 250,000 of people that would make some initial purchase regarding the 88 Rising and the and Riot Games. So basically, there could be different revenue streams from the in-game purchases, from the click-through rates, from the merchandise, from the VR concerts, live concerts on World Championships. And Riot Games has the peak of the esports competitions. So basically, funneling all that and accumulating it, that's how we came to conclusion that Riot Games also needs 88 Rising, and due to the fact that there will be 34 million Asian Americans in the US by 2035, and the large and vast number of people in China that are becoming more prosperous, and the China becoming a global leader, they would certainly want to connect those two parts in a certain way, at least to feel the same energy. And accumulating it, we came to the conclusion. Hope I answered some of it.
Thank you.
There was two metrics that caught my eye. The first one was on the second or third slide, around $112. I'd just be interested. I think you said around, was that Asian gamers spend? Yeah,
no.
they're oh sorry, Asian American, spend on average per year music. What is the source of that?
The source is one article. I can find it in PDF. I found from internet. Okay. I can find it.
And the second question is then, can you just walk through the calculation for the ROI, the 146%? I'd just be interested to know the assumptions you've made.
Yeah, so basically for the sources part, all of the sources that we used are basically the big four accounting firms reports, Statista also, and some of the other Google documents and Google Academy documents that we could find. And for the ROI, basically what we did is, unfortunately, I do have the Excel sheet, but not on the slides due to the lack of time. But what we did for the ROI, we calculated the amount of the money that we would invest in all of these costs that include collaboration costs, because obviously the networking, the efforts into collaboration cost a lot of money. Of course, marketing for that. Marketing is the key and the main cost driver, and of course the some general and overhead costs that would include staff, additional staffing, and of course the amount of revenue that we would generate through partnerships, marketing, etc., through new target audience. So there's that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think time's up. It's time's up for the Q&A session. So thanks, team. Good job.